You know that saying, money doesn't buy happiness, but I'd rather cry in a Ferrari? Well, this is kind of my version of that. I came back to Lamu, Kenya for my first ever stay at the Majlis. Most people come here for romantic getaways or for family holidays. I came here alone. Lamu has been one of my favorite travel destinations for years. I love it so much that a few years back I celebrated my birthday in Lamu at the Majlis with someone I thought I'd spend my life with. Spoiler alert, that didn't work out. So naturally I decided the healthiest thing to do was come back here alone. I just wanted to find out whether one of my favorite places in the world could still feel like mine. And if I do need to cry, I'd rather cry at the Majlis. One of my favorite things about coming to Lamu is that the journey doesn't end when you land. Lamu is actually made up of several islands, so getting to your hotel usually means hopping on a boat. The Majlis sits right on the waterfront overlooking Shela Island. As soon as I set foot on the grounds again, I remembered exactly why I kept thinking about this place. I just checked into my room and it's so beautiful as expected. So let's take a quick look around. One thing I love about Swahili architecture is how effortlessly it blends into its surroundings. White walls, carved wooden details, open spaces, ocean breezes. It never feels over-designed. It just feels calm, natural, and effortlessly chic. Funny how places stay exactly the same while you arrive as a completely different person. My first order of business after settling in was lunch. The Majlis has several restaurants spread across the property, all with ridiculously beautiful views over the water. I've traveled solo for years, so eating alone has never bothered me. But places like this do have a way of making you reflect. Luxury beach resorts are often built around the idea of togetherness and special occasions. Honeymoons, anniversaries, family holidays, and as a woman in her 30s, it's hard not to notice the stories we're constantly told about what this chapter of life is supposed to look like. As time ruthlessly passes, you realize that not every version of the future you imagined is going to happen, and that's okay. Eventually. Still, there's something strangely confronting about returning to a place where your memories don't match your reality anymore. So, as I sat with that realization, in one of the most beautiful places in the world, I made myself a promise. For the next few days, I was going to be extra gentle with myself. The next morning, I woke up with just one plan: to keep the promise I'd made to myself. Pole pole. If you've been to the Swahili coast, you've definitely heard this phrase. Pole pole. Slowly, gently, without rushing. Typical island living. Haraka haraka heina baraka. It also reminds you to appreciate the little things. Like finding mahamri at the breakfast buffet. This made my whole day. If you've never had one before, think of it as a lightly spiced Swahili donut. After breakfast, I continued to ease into the day. Pole pole. But one activity was already a done deal. If you've watched my videos before, this place probably won't surprise you. It's one of my favorite restaurants in the whole world, Peponi Hotel. Just look at this location and setup. Of course, the food is incredible too. The way back to my boat transfer was one of my favorite moments of the day. How can this energy and joy, the kids playing in the water, not make you happy? I really love that Lamu's popular spots have not been fully overtaken by tourists. Here, you don't step into a tourist bubble, you step into everyday life. Captain Simba took me back to Manda Island and almost convinced me to squeeze in one more adventure for the next day, Kiwayu Island. After Lamu, it would have been the closest I'd ever come to Somalia, so I was definitely tempted, but between the Majlis price tag and the fact that it would have taken the entire day, I decided to stick to the Pole Pole program. It is so hot. Oh my god, I just had lunch. I am sweating and I think, because it's like just about 3, I think it will be hot for a while. So I thought, let's use the time to go get a massage and really relax and ease into the holiday. So I'm gonna get a massage now, walking to the spa, and then by the time I come back it's almost sunset time and I will hang out probably by the infinity pool and swim a little bit to cool off. So holiday mode is definitely activated. Let's go to the spa. After the massage, the Pole Pole program continued. The Majlis has multiple pools. One outside the villa I was staying in, another one closer to the main house and reception, which is truly special because of the birds nesting here. And the third, the main event, the infinity pool. I can't tell you exactly how long I sat here, swimming, reading, just lounging, and somehow this was kind of the point. Pole Pole. As the sun slowly disappeared behind Shela Island, it was time for one last dinner. One table, one chair, and just me. I came here not only because I love Lamu, but also to confront a version of the past, I guess. I was a little nervous about coming back by myself, but I never once felt out of place. I felt safe to be by myself, and I think that's what makes Lamu so special. The Swahili coast has a way of slowing everything down, not just your itinerary, but your mind. It gives your heart a chance to catch its breath. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. If there's one thing this trip reminded me of, it's this. Places like the Majlis aren't only for celebrating life when everything is going right. Sometimes they're exactly where you need to be when life hasn't gone according to plan. And funnily enough, I felt lonelier sitting next to the wrong person than I've ever felt sitting by myself overlooking the Indian Ocean. And maybe that's what travel does at its best. It doesn't solve all your problems. It simply gives you enough distance to see them differently. And if there's one place I'd recommend for that, it might just be Lamu. Not because it has all the answers, but because it never asks you to rush them. It simply gives you the space to make peace with them in your own time. If you watched this video to the end, first of all, you're a legend. But please also drop a comment. I would like to know who you are, where you're from, and maybe how you found this video. Thanks for watching.